Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be with me. So now we're going to test those blades, but to establish what we're looking to do, this is my number 5 with the original Stanley blade in it. Okay, original blade, sharpened as I normally do, pulling off super fine shaving. All right. So we've established this blade is working perfectly fine, and it measures 0.85. So that's thinner than these, which are 0.9375. Now, first up, we're going to go with the one that had no scratches, no imperfections, nothing. Now, let's see, are we going to be able to mate with it? I'm not seeing any daylight. See how it fits in the plane. Being just a little bit thicker. I know I couldn't use them before, they were too thick. Okay, so the lever cap is tighter. Quarter turn, loosen that up. And advance it. Adjust the lateral. And I did put some camber on this. So we should get a thicker cut in the middle, ever so slightly. All right. Right out of the gate, I know, based on how that's clumping up there, that my chip breaker is too close. It's bunching up. So just take a little tap and back that up a little bit. This should be better. I'm hoping I don't have to move the frog. All right. So I can see the camber on the fuzzy edges left and right. Straight down the middle. Okay, that is working. I'm just a little curious. Maybe I have too much camber on it, but that one's working. So what would happen? We back that chip breaker up just a little bit more. So I hope you're having a good afternoon, evening, morning, night, whatever it is by you right now. That's a thick shaving. I can feel the difference in the cut. I sharpened it just like I sharpen everything. Let's see if we close that chip breaker down. How far can we go? So I like tinkering with these tools and learning what I can. However, when you get a plane working the way you want it to work, stop tinkering. It's not worth it. See, that's too close. That's amazing. What happens if we leave this, but move the frog back ever so slightly? What's the old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same thing goes with planes. If you've got a plane working just perfectly, don't try to improve it. All right, there we go. That's what it needed. The frog needed to come back a little bit. You remember some of my old videos where we talk about you can't have your frog too tight and your chip breaker too tight. There's a fine line. How close you can get everything. With this style of playing, now you take some of these super high-end planes that are $2,000-$3,000. They can do some crazy stuff. I'm also working on the sapwood side of a tulip poplar board. Not my favorite wood to plane. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to work. All right. So that's plane blade number 1. Good to go. Plane blade number 2. If you recall, had some scratches on the face or the back. This one, up in the top corner there. So I put some extra camber on that. The worst thing that would happen if you have a scratch on or near the cutting edge, the worst thing that would happen is you just don't get a completely smooth surface on your wood when you're planing. There'll be a little bump, a track of sorts where that scratch is. Come on. There you go. So if you're just rough planing something, one thing that these plane irons I have to correct. Darn it. Thought I corrected it. There are burrs in the slot. So they don't sit on the lateral adjuster perfectly. Let's see if that helps. Lots of little tiny things. So you think, you're going to get in the blade making business. You got to get everything right. Every little thing. Quality control checks here, there, and everywhere. Let's see how this does. Yeah, it's still tight, but it's on. Have to get in there with a Dremel. Look at that, right out of the gate. So I can't quite get over to that scratch. To show you what I mean. Can't quite get over there. No, it's not showing itself. But there you go. Making shavings. So I have a couple of spare blades now. Yeah, this one needs work in there. This one has a little bit of play. With this one, tight. I'll fix that. So that's about it, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. But I'm going to say this much. I would like to encourage you to not only keep your blades sharp and rust free, but try and keep the original tool. If it's still functioning, try to keep the original blade set. In the plane, because in my opinion, unless you go to some super, that's too fine. Unless you go to some super fine steel, and you set everything up 110% correct. The old steel will do just fine. And if you're not working with the tool every single day, 8 hours a day, you won't wear them out. See, that's still not right. And that's hard to believe, how far I've got that set back, and it's still not right. Well, we give it another tap. Every plane is different. And what works in one may not work in another. And zingo bingo, we're making shavings. That's about it. Hope you found something useful, helpful, maybe entertaining. I'm going to clean open this slot, wipe these down with some oil, wrap them up, and put them in my collection of irons for when I need one. Who knows? I may use these in a wooden hand plane build. They don't need a chip breaker. Like, subscribe, and share. Head out to your shop. Go make some shavings. Walter out.